Hey, good morning. Thursday the 20th of June 2019. It's 4:45 in the morning. Been in work since 4:30. Finished at 6 yesterday, or just after, a couple of minutes past. And this morning we're running out solo, or bobtail, whichever way you want to call it, to near Birmingham Airport. We're off to pick a trailer up from another company that does some work for us, JIC Transport. Never been in their yard before, so quite interested to go and have a look. And from there I think we're heading down to London. We've got a trailer full of stuff and we're going down to East London, I think it is. I might be wrong, but we'll find out when we get there. I've not really got a lot of information about it yet. There we go. We see these lads in the yard quite a bit now on the road. Always a good friendly bunch. I finished in Warwick last night. Managed to wash and fuel my truck before I went home, so we got finished about 6 o'clock. We're in at 4:30 this morning. Now if we'd have done 6 till 5, if I'd have finished at 6 and started at 5 this morning, I'd have had a proper rest period of 11 hours, but 6 till 4:30 is 10.5 hours, so that counts as a reduced rest. So the bad news is I've had 3 reduced rests in a row, but the good news is tonight, being Thursday, it means I get a bit of a lie in the morning. I never know if that's good news or bad news, because on a Friday you just want to get going. So we'll see what time we finish tonight. We didn't do a 13-hour day yesterday. I think it was like 12 and a quarter or something like that, or 12 and a half. So at the minute we've done 2 15-hour days separated by reduced rests. And yesterday we did 12, I'm sure it's 12 and a quarter hours yesterday, 12 and a half at the most. So that counts as a 13 hour, so I've got 1 13 and 1 15 hour spread over the day left, and I've got 1 reduced rest. No, I haven't, because I took that last night, so no, I've used up all my reduced rest periods. I've just said that as well, didn't I? More rattles and squeaks in this thing, I don't know what. It's all my own stuff. It's where I've got things up on the dashboard. I've got one of them poppy air freshener things, and it's got a sticky pad underneath. And it hasn't quite stuck, and every time it rattles, it goes. There was a film with that, wasn't there? Clarice. Anyway, right, hysteria is starting to set in. So we're going to go up through Balsall Common, because we're at that end of Warwick. We've got the back way up towards the airport, JIC Transport. They're kind of in between Balsall Common and the airport. They're up by the old Kia garage, if you know where that is, the A45. They're just off there. Should be up there for about 5:15. Trailer hitched, 5:30, strapped down. We should be out of there by 6, which gives us 3.5 hours to get down to London. Now, once I've found out where I'm going in London, we'll have a look at the area around where the drop is, because at some point I'm going to need to take a 45-minute break, and if I haven't had one by the time I get to London, I will certainly need one when I get there. So I need to have a look and see, is there anywhere where I can park when I get there, and if there is, we'll head down, get unloaded, and then take the break. And if not, then we'll have to stop before we get there and take a break. We'll try and get a sneaky 15-minute break in once we've got connected up. JIC. And that means we only need half an hour when we get to London. And taking 15 minutes before we get to London will also push the working time directive back a little bit from when we started at 4:30 this morning. It gives us an extra hour or so to play about with. And that's what it's all about. It's all about being one step ahead where you can be. Anyway, we'll leave you with it. We've rambled on enough. 6 minutes into it already. And we'll see you in a bit. Ta for now. Oh, we're on the A45, or the M45 actually, heading towards the M1. We've been into JIC, picked up our trailer, made sure it's all good to go, and now we're heading for London. Now we are 2.5 hours away. We've got an hour under our belt already, so 3.5 hours. I managed to get a 15-minute break in at their yard. Made myself a brew. Had a little look to see where we were going, and then hit the road. And it was actually, the yard was a little bit further down than I thought it was going to be, but I found it okay. The Kia garage was just the other side of the airport, and around where the hotel is. But the yard was right next door to it, so that was okay. In and out of there fairly sharpish. So we've got about 2.5 hours now down to London. The drop time, the first one, right in the middle of London, is 9:30. Now SatNav says we should be there for about 8:45. Time now is 6:30. So I'm kind of debating whether to have half an hour before I get to London, because even though I've got an hour to play with, that's kind of on the cusp of, is it going to be enough? Because time can just filter away so quickly in London when you're stuck in traffic and all the bikes and everything that hold you up. I think just the driving itself in London just tends to take longer anyway, because you're a bit more aware, I suppose, in London of everything that's going on around you. So time pretty much just runs away. So I think, with that in mind, I might just stop before I get down, just so I know that I've got a clear 4.5 hour run once I get to London. I've got 3 drops today, and they're all kind of central London. And then moving slightly to the north for the final one, which gives us a good exit point. But if I take my half-hour break before we get down there, then we've got a good run, and probably be able to do all the drops in London in that 4.5 hour time slot. I'm hoping I'll be able to get a 15-minute break, probably at the second one. They've got quite a big yard, so I'm hoping they'll be able to get a bit of a 15-minute break in there. That again will help with working time directive, and then it's just a case of getting half an hour somewhere before I come back home again, or back to wherever I'm going. I dare say we'll end up back in Warwick again tonight, but who knows, I might not. Just have to see how it goes. Anyway, sun's out, really lovely morning, and long may it continue. I think my middle name today is Chaos. I feel like I should be a captain of it. We've done a first drop, we're in kind of the middle of London, and my plan was to take a half-hour break on site. There had plenty of room, but there was another Arctic that came and plonked himself right in the middle of everything, and then just refused to budge. So I've pulled out, I'm on the main road, and there's a little bit of a lay-by. Well, it's not really a lay-by, it's like a little bit that goes off to the left, like a little pull-in bit. But there was already an Arctic in it when I rolled up behind him, and he was sat there obviously taking a break, so I thought, right, I shall take a break as well. I was on nearly 4 hours drive time, and it's about 25 minutes to the next one, so I didn't really want to risk not clearing my driving hours. So I pulled in behind the lorry and started my 30-minute break, and then about 5 minutes later he drove off. So he's kind of left me half in and half out. Now I suppose I could have rolled forward and pressed brake again, and in that short distance it probably would have gone straight back onto rest. But you've got to be a bit careful, because if you do that too much it kind of acts like a rolling brake, and it's a bit frowned upon, that. So I've left it where I am, and I'm sat here with my hazard warning lights on that you can hear, and people are just pulling up behind me thinking I've just stopped in the traffic waiting for the traffic lights to change, and then the realisation that I haven't moved for 5 minutes. They're like lemons, they are. They're just, don't know, it's funny. So you think there's about a mile of road behind me, so they can see me from the top end of the road, and they're getting right up behind me and stopping. And wouldn't you think, because you could see all the way down the road, that they would have cottoned on? Anyway, I think it's quite funny. It's one of my little things that passes the time of day, just at the expense of other drivers. I need to put my sunnies on because it's a bit glary out there now. Anyway, we've done a first one, we're on time. The time now is nearly 10:30. I've got another 5 minutes of this break to take, and then we can go on to the second one. That one is booked in any time between 10 and 1 this afternoon, and then we've got one final drop to do, and then we've got a collection somewhere, Watford I think it is, and then probably back to Warwick, I'd guess. I've still got a long way to go, still a lot to do, but we'll chip away at it bit by bit. Well, that's the last drop of the day done at Best Ways. I've got everything off. This is the one with the pallet truck that we did last week or the week before. Reversed on up against the wall, and then we fought a way out through all this traffic. And all the lorries parked round this corner. We can squeeze up through this gap. Everything's so. So we've got the same again to do now. We can only turn left out of here because the road has width restrictions on. If you turn right, it's always interesting when you meet another Arctic coming in here, so you've got to keep an eye behind you just to make sure nobody else decides they're going to come in here. And of course you get the little vans that come in from the right, the Arctics class 2 from the left. And we're going to pull out and take advantage of that guy going through there and just follow him through. Lovely job. Now we're actually really early now for a change. Mr. BMW would have just sat and waited for us. That would have made life a lot easier. We're coming out now. Sometimes you've just got to kind of be a little bit aggressive, otherwise you just end up sitting all day. You choose your fights and keep an eye on everything that everybody else is doing. It's telling me to go. I don't know what he was telling me to do. He was telling me to do something. So the last drop that we did before this one was just up where that guy was throwing his arms around. That was the last drop. And then we've just done, well, the one before this one. So literally just round the corner from each other, but you have to go around the block because of the width restriction. So we're now empty. Where's he going? Is he going straight on? Yeah. So we're now empty, got an empty trailer, and we're going to head... Ooh, excuse me. Hopefully that didn't come through. Diet Coke. We're going to head over to Watford. For our collection. We're not booked in there till 3 o'clock, and we are 3/4 of an hour away, and it's only 12:30. So I have options. I can stop and have a break, or I could stop and have a break. I could actually stop and have a break, or I could just try it early and try my luck. Or I could do half and half. I could have half a break, go and use the loo, make a brew, because it rhymes. Something else that rhymes there, isn't there? Anyway, we will keep on going and see what the weather's like when we get there. Cheers, mate. We've got everybody out. I have to go and get them to move this recovery truck. Because I'm going to need all this room. Right, we'll go and see if we can find them. Right, well we've now managed to get him shifted. It's now just a case of wiggling myself out of the estate. There we go. The next thing now is we're going to need this car shifted off the end. Which I think they are going to do for me. Because there's no way in the face of God's earth would I be able to turn right just there. And he's seen what I'm trying to do and he's gone for a set of keys. Now I've got to do is be careful of the Audi and the Range Rover as I squeeze through. It's all good fun and games in here. No. The BMW, yeah. Ah, brilliant. There we go. So it turns out they weren't going for the keys. Thanks for looking, mate. Just straight through, isn't it? Just go straight through.
You want to go straight there?
I'm going out.
Yeah, so you want us to move the van?
I think so, yes please, yes, I can go out.
Are you there okay here?
Yeah,
On the other side as well?
yeah,
It's okay, yeah.
Yeah, you can find it.
that's fine. Thank you. Okay, so that's that bit. Shout if it looks like I'm going to hit him. I think we're out. Thank you very much. Is that alright, the back end, yeah? Thank you. That's what you call tight. Thank you very much, sir, for waiting. There we go. That was interesting. I remember that last time I was in there. I was trying to put the camera up on the side so you could see just how close I was to everything. It was literally inches, an inch at the most to spare. Thank you. Whew, that gets the old heart ticking. Anyway, we've done it, nobody died, and we're all good. I'll wave anyway, I've no idea who he is, but, you know. Security guard. Alright, now that little lot's done and dusted, I will give work a ring and see what they want me to do. Let's get out of this a little bit. Happy days. Well, we've all changed again. We are now doing the rugby collection from Volvo. Stopped and had a quick cup of coffee. Got some services on the way up because we had an hour to kill or so. So we just chilled out for a bit. We've got the collection to do. It's 10 to 5. The collection isn't until 6 o'clock. I do tend to get here a bit earlier so I can get everything opened up, and then they can chuck everything on. I think we've actually been in here before on one of my videos. So I'm hoping if the battery lasts long enough. Every time I pick something up today, it's died, like my phone, or don't know what's going on. But if there's enough charge left in my camera, then I'll stick it on the side as we reverse into Volvo. This week we were meant to be concentrating on reversing and stuff, but everywhere I've been has been a drive in and out affair. So I do apologise, I can't magic it up, it just happens as it happens. But hopefully we can record as we do this little bit of reversing. Got a couple of bits we have to turn round at the top of the road and then reverse around a 90-degree bend to actually get into Volvo. Let's see how we go. Alright, so the first thing we do then is reverse, turn round at the top of the road here. seeing down the side of the trailer. Start seeing down the side of the trailer. Move the trailer around to the left a bit. I don't know if you can see the line of concrete. If we just need to follow that back as best as we can. Just coming up close to the trailer now. Keep observations both sides. Just making sure if he needs to get out of his door. Enough room to do so. Just give him a couple of inches there.